Good day and welcome to Chess Corner. In today's game, we have a game from FIDE Candidates 2024. This is actually from round 3. And in today's game, we have a game from Grandmaster Vidit against Grandmaster Pragg. Well, let's get right into it. So in this game, Vidit playing white opens up with e4. And now we have e5 by Pragg, knight f3, knight c6, bishop b5, and now e6. We have bishop to a4 only. And now we have this f5, unorthodox move that Pragg actually played. There's not the common move that you will see on a high level chess, especially on candidates, but perhaps this is like a preparation that Pragg have. So here we have d4 only. Bidit decided to answer by attacking on the middle. So here we have capture on d4, and now in this position, we have only like e5. So you don't want to allow the capture here. So because after capture, say for example, the knight doesn't have a good square to go. So e5 was played, and now we have b5, bishop b3 only. This bishop is actually in a good pose, pointing at this direction towards the king. So Pragg played knight to a5 first, probably with the intention of capturing that bishop. So here we have capture on d4, and now we have bishop to b7, attacking this pawn on g2. Now we have capture on f5 only. Not the best continuation as for computer evaluation. Let's go back a bit. Here, the main suggestion is to go castle first. That's the first one. Going knight c3 is also playable, even a possible e4. But anyway, we have capture on f5, capture on b3 now. Excellent move. A takes b3. d6 was played. Another pawn sacrifice in the position. But here we only have queen to e2. So we have queen to d7 first. So if you're gonna capture the pawn, and then there will be like a castle, and there's an immediate danger, if black can place the rook on e8. So here we have like e6 only. Queen b7, another good move, attacking the g2 square again. So here we have only like bishop g5, not allowing black to castle in this position. So we have g6 only, threatening to capture the knight. And in this position, you have several options to move the knight back. You can go d4. Of course, you can also go g3, even h4, but we only have e3 with the idea of defending the pawn on g2 as well. So here we have only like h6, again attacking the bishop. Bishop f4 was played. Knight e7, c4, and now we have b4. So trying to close the queen side, because there's always an intention to castle on the queen side for black here. So we have queen g4 only, putting pressure on the pawn on g6. But right now you don't have to worry because the knight is actually guarding that g6. Here we have only like queen c5. That's actually the best move as for the engine as well. So here we have castle first, and now we have bishop to b7 or g7 rather. So right now the two bishops are actually too powerful in this position, and it's very hard to defend this pawn on b2, because the only way to defend it is probably going to rook a2, and it's too passive. Even knight d1 would be too passive. So we have knight d2 only, so giving up the pawn on b2, but Pragg played castle first. Well, not the best continuation as per engine, because the suggestion is just to capture this pawn on b2 first, but still this is under attack. So we have h4 only, not the best continuation as for the engine. Here the suggestion is to go knight d5. Knight d5, and then knight takes d5, and now we have e7 if that's gonna happen. But anyway, we have h4 was played, and now rook d e8. We have rook d1, and now capture on b2. knight d5 was played. So capture on d5 and then recapture on d5. We have bishop takes d5 now. If we're gonna evaluate the position, black is actually a bit better. First off, it is because of the material. One pawn up for black. The second thing is probably the activity of the pieces. Bishops are actually powerful in this position. The rooks have like a target also, and even the queen is actually well placed. But anyway, we have e7, discovered check. So we have king b8 only. Bishop e3 was played. Queen b5 now, and now knight to c4. So threatening to capture the bishop on b2. So bishop has to move by a bishop to c3 because it's actually attacked by the knight here. So here we have bishop to d4 only. So we have rook to g8 only. Not the best continuation. The suggestion is to go here first. Rook h7. You're gonna put pressure on this passer here. But anyway, rook g8 was played, and then we have capture. Excellent move. Capture on c3. And then we have queen d4. As for computer evaluation, not the best continuation here. The suggestion is to go knight a3. And just in case Pragg will fall into queen takes b3, which is I highly doubt that's going to happen because of this rook to b1. So here we have queen d4 only, and then we have bishop b7, capture on c3, and now rook takes e7. So black doesn't have any problem now with the pass pawn, and clearly black has the advantage in this position. First off, it's the material. Second, it's probably the safety of the king. Third would be the activity of the pieces, and of course, fourth would be the material. And now we have knight to a5, excellent move here. But now we have rook e5 only, trying to solidify the position. Now we have b4, not the best continuation here. The suggestion is just simply grab the bishop here. But anyway, we have b4. After b4, we have this g5 move. So he's actually trying to open up the G file here. Once it's open, then there's always a pressure here on G2. But anyway, we have H5 only, probably the most logical way to continue. After H5, we have G4, so still trying to open up the king side here. And then we have rook to E1. Not the best continuation here. The suggestion is still capture B7, even rook C1. You're gonna put pressure on C7. But anyway, rook E1 was played, but now we have G3, still trying to open up the king side. So we have capture on B7 now, but in this position, you can always capture with the king or with the queen, but of course, there's actually in between move first. King with a capture on f2. So here, king takes f2, and now we have queen takes b7. After queen takes b7, there's actually an immediate threat on g2. And now the only way to basically defend it is by playing to f3. Because when you're under attack, you want to simplify the game. But here we have rook g5, a good move again. So still adding additional attacker on g2. It is actually attacked 3 times now. So you basically have two choices. Either you defend it again by a rook to g1, that's too passive, or even capture on b7. So he decided capture on b7. That's the best move. There's no other option. So king takes b7 now. And now we have g4. You really can't save that pawn anyway. So g4 was played. Rook takes g4. And now we have rook to e6. So trying to play some counter in the position. But now we have rook to h4 only. So trying to prioritize this possible pass pawn here on h5. So here we have capture on h6, but now rook to g5. So this is under attack again. This pawn on h5, you really can't defend it. So we have rook to h7 only. Now capture. So right now, black doesn't have any problem on the pass pawn. So we have rook to d7, trying to resist, but black is completely winning here. So b7, c8 rather, and then we have e7, and now we have rook to E5 trying to simplify the game. A good strategy by black here. So here we have rook to g7, but after rook g7, we have a check on f5, and this is the part wherein Vidit actually resigned. It is because black can easily simplify the game. You can continue via g3 or g2 or even g1, but the next would be check, and again you're gonna exchange the rooks, and then after that it's gonna be 3 pawns against one, and for sure it's an easy win for black. Well, that's our game for today. So the takeaway here is, a preparation is actually really an advantage. It's like a home preparation that Pragg here playing f5. Thank you for watching Chess Corner. I'll see you on the next one, and please consider subscribing. You have a great day. Bye now.